on the continuation agenda is an item for which a public hearing has not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
Okay, without objection, those items are now before us. Members, do you have any items you want to call special?
Alive! It's
Councilman
alive!
Thank you,
It's
Council President. I'd like to call item 26 special
Hello,
for a separate
everyone.
vote, please.
26 for a separate vote.
Hello, everybody. Just started. And he went to
Councilman
7-Eleven and got his coffee.
Thank you so much, Council President. I'd like to call 23 for an amendment.
Starbucks must have been busy.
23 for an amendment.
Yes, I just received
Councilmember
it.
De Leon.
Oh, may I?
Oh, I'm
read
sorry,
in-
we didn't read
May I
that.
read in the amendment, please?
Read it first,
Sorry.
please.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yep, I hear some talking back there already.
File item number 22 for special.
Hello, everybody. What's up, Manny?
Okay.
What's up, Odonado?
Do yours first.
Pacific? Big Rig?
Okay.
Shekel?
So,
Checky?
for item
Nancy?
23,
Still?
the motion is to adopt the May
to see
5,
you, Alex.
2023 communication from the planning
Jim,
department
thank you for the
attached
dono,
to the
Jim.
file, inasmuch
Jim Eaton in the house.
as
Yes,
appeal
thank you for the
was
5
withdrawn by
Tier
the
1
appellant,
gifted subs. Thanks you,
and
yes.
therefore, the City Planning Commission determination is final
I'm not
relative
just whistling
to
Dixie,
the
no.
approval of a mixed-use development with 109 dwelling units, including 14 units for very low-income households.
You did, hot
presented
girl.
By Councilmember Soto Martinez, and we do need a
Good
second.
morning. Good morning.
And Ms. Hernandez.
All right, let me get my first bowl going here. Fresh and
okay.
clean.
And
Fresh and clean.
for item 22, the motion
Tim?
is
What's up, Hoosier?
to
What's up, Misty? What's up, Pilgrim?
adopt the March
Is that
1,
Red
2023
Fox?
communication from the Planning Department inasmuch as the appeal was withdrawn by
Jackie,
the
it's gotta be.
appellant, Creed LA, and therefore
Smoking on
City
dirty
Planning
bongs.
Commission communication is final
Gross.
relative to the approval
Shit
of the
is
construction
gross.
of a commercial office building presented by Councilmember De Leon, and we need a second on that as well.
Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day? Definitely not that.
Mr. Harlan, please be
I'll-
quiet.
I'll-
Oh,
second
Mr.
that.
Harlan's
I'll
already
second
getting into it. Shout out, Mr. Harlan. Mr. Harlan, would you please be quiet? I want to see
Anything
Mr.
else, Mr.
Sachs,
Buchanan?
man. Where's Mr. Sachs at? I ain't seen him in a little bit. I'm missing Mr. Sachs. Hopefully we get a showing of Mr. Sachs in the house today. Hi, stinking peeps. Hi. Hi.
Okay, members, I'm going to be recusing myself from item 25.
Of course.
Because of a conflict with my
Conflict of interest.
spouse.
Is it conflict with spouse?
And I'm home. Any other
I'm gonna
specials, members?
recuse myself. Stinks is right here, Emily. He just walked up. Just waiting for him to settle down so he can
Council President, do you
figure out what's going on. Go
you
sit
want
on
the
your
floor?
chair so everybody can see you.
Mr. President, I'd like to call item 25 special. I'll need to recuse myself on that matter.
Oh, everybody. Everybody's recusing themselves.
Another recusal for item 25. Any other items, members? Okay, seeing none, Madam Clerk, please open the roll.
And Mr. President, for the record, the council may now vote on items 1 through 18.
Okay, those items are now before us. Let's open the roll, close the roll,
Oh,
tabulate the
baby
vote.
cat. Daddy loves you,
11
baby
eyes.
cat.
The ordinance for item 1 will be held over to Wednesday, May 17, 2023 for second consideration,
Stinky
unless
butt.
reconsidered
Sit.
with 12 members present.
Stinky butt.
Okay, what items are now before us?
The council may now proceed to public
Oh, I
comment.
forgot. Hold on. Let's see. Sorry. There you go. You better now?
Okay, please
Better
note
now?
that today's meeting includes a call-in option for public comment. Public comment will be taken both in person in council chambers and also via teleconference. Mr. Clerk, would you please read out the call-in information that was provided on the agenda?
Yes, Mr. President. As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669-254-5252
comment.
and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6
He has a
to
greasy
unmute.
forehead.
Let me repeat.
The city
Call
clerk.
669-254-5252.
go.
and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466, and then press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will
Hi,
prompt you to
Emily.
press
Hi,
star
Jesslyn.
6 to unmute.
So for members of the public calling in, as well as who are in the room, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak on.
good
You
one.
have 1 minute per item to speak, up to 3 minutes total.
See, he's not
And
that
if you
red
wish
there.
1 minute for general public comment.
This is what he really
please
looks like.
Speak to the items.
That's what he really looks
before
like in
beginning
real
general public
life.
comment. We'll tell you when your time's up. When you're on the agenda items, you need to be on topic. Our
that
goal is
for
to get through
reals?
as many speakers as we can. If you're not on topic, or
Don't
if
be
we can't tell
burdensome.
whether you're on topic, you'll get one brief warning from the other
Burdensome.
president. At that point, you really need to get
How come
on
nobody
topic.
uses that word?
Right away,
I want- hopefully
clearly
she
on
does
topic.
today.
If you don't, or you again straight
don't
off
mean to be
topic,
burdensome.
Unfortunately, you'll forfeit your speaking time, and we'll move on to the next
Burdensome.
speaker. The items that are open for public comment today are items 19 through 26. That's 19 to 26.
He needs a clown filter. They
You
all
can
do.
speak about the other items or anything
Which
else
one
within
isn't
the
a clown in
subject
the
matter
room?
jurisdiction of the city during general
They're all
public
fucking
comment.
clowns.
So for members of the public calling in, as you were told, when it's your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will prompt you to press star 6. If you don't do so, council
up,
staff
Theo?
will prompt you once more, usually by reading off the last
up,
4
Jenny?
digits of your phone number. At that point, you really need to press star 6 right
Mill?
away, or we're going to move on to the next speaker. Finally, there
Sir
is a
Weston?
brief time delay between the live meeting and the broadcast, so 2 things are important.
Hi, Alfred.
First, if you are listening on multiple devices like Channel 35 or YouTube, when it's your turn to speak, please turn down the volume on those other devices right away. Between the time delay and feedback, it really causes a huge amount of confusion if you're listening on multiple
Jackie, thank you so
multiple
much for the
devices.
bits. Thanks,
Second,
Jackie.
while you're waiting for your turn to speak,
Master
please make
Yoda
sure
OG.
that you have
Mhm.
one ear to the phone and you're not just listening on the other devices.
Lisp is
because we
burdensome.
want you to hear in real time when it's your turn to press star 6. If you're only listening to the other devices because of the time delay, you may not hear right away, and you may get passed over.
He kind of does
And
look
with
like
that,
Richard
Mr. President,
Ramirez,
we
Jim.
are
A
ready
little bit.
to take public
I
comment
see you.
in the room.
I see what you're saying. Tall, thin, kind of sunk eyes, the dark
Let's
hair.
ask the following
Does
persons
kinda look
to
like Richard
come
Ramirez
to
a little
the side
bit.
and into the podium,
Good old
direct to the
Night
podium.
Stalker.
Donald Harlan,
Probably smells like him,
G,
too.
Lionel Morris,
Donald Harlan.
Andrew,
Mr. Sachs. Mr. Sachs.
Mayor Valencia,
Mr. Sachs. Mayor.
Hamid
We got a-
Ibrahim,
We got a mayor, yeah?
John Watts, Claudio Bevel, Nia Grayson, Paul Eisner, Stacy Bollinger,
Stacy Cigar Bollinger.
Prophet. If your name was called, please line up.
Please line up. Where's Stacy Cigar Bollinger? There she is. There's the singer. There she is. Long line today. I don't see Mr. Sachs, though. It sucks. He could be on the other side. Who knows?
Okay,
Could be
first
on the phone.
speaker, please.
I love Mr. Sachs. Just rolls in with all those. And it's funny, he rolls around with a bunch of sacks, like a bunch of bags. That's probably why he calls
Hi,
him
Ms.
Mr.
Suarez.
Sachs.
Which items did you want to speak on?
Sachs.
Well, general public comment, please,
Okay.
Mr.
There's
Pablo.
the racist.
Sure, please.
Good
go ahead.
morning, council members. I just want to say that last night during the LA County Democratic Party endorsement, Karen Price, Marissa, and the mother were there. And I just want to say I've been trying to reach out to all candidates because I want to discuss the issues in District 6. Marissa is the only one who has not responded. So if you could please tell Ms. Jacarez to respond to my emails, Mr. Price, because the constituents democracy must be heard. So all candidates must respond to the constituents. I'm a voter and resident of District 6, so I want to discuss some issues because District 6 is impoverished, it's a poverty, and we don't have nice things like in Mid-City West where they have slow streets. And we have motorists who are driving really, really fast. Traffic violence is a big issue. Pedestrian safety is a big issue. So I would like to see District 6 have nice things like in District 5 because I cannot do this by myself. I don't have any support, so please, thank you.
Maybe you'll get nice things when you figure out it's not a democracy and it's a fucking constitutional republic. Maybe you'll figure that out. The country that you're living in is not a democracy. It's a constitutional republic, and then maybe you'll figure it out. But till then, you ain't gonna get no nice shit.
Honorable council members.
Excuse me, sir. Please identify yourself.
Yes, of course. Former
Barbie.
Former mayor from the city of Bell, Nestor Valencia. I'm here at a different capacity here today. I'm here representing as board advisory for an organization called Smart Kids Make Smart Choices. smart kids
What's up,
don't
Aunt
get
Esther?
high. Fentanyl is a big issue. Drug abuse, even the abuse of marijuana is very big in our communities. I have here with me the CEO of this nonprofit. We're here to present ourselves and let you know that we're here as a nonprofit for the city of
For sure,
Los
Red
Angeles.
Fox.
We have material, we have brochures, we have booklets, digital or in paper. We want to make sure to be part of the solution with this fentanyl problem that we are facing.
Hi, June. Tay.
I'm here not as an elected official or former elected official. I'm here also as a healthcare advocate.
Don't be so hard on
This
him,
is
telling him the
my
truth,
career is in healthcare administration. This is why this is very dear to my heart. We've
Just
left
helping
some
him out.
brochures at some of your offices already. We're available for you. We'll be setting meetings with you. John?
Well, it could
Thank
be
you,
more
Mayor.
of a corporate oligarchy.
Next
I
up,
get it.
please.
There's a lot of corporations that kind of run the world. I get what you're
My name
getting
is
at. I
John
see you.
Watts. I am the founder and CEO
But it was
of
never a
Smart
democracy.
Kid Don't Get High. I started this organization about 11 years ago when one of my sisters got addicted to marijuana. Later, she started smoking crack. She now living on the streets,
The
in
gateway.
the alleys. After 35 years of smoking crack, now she's doing any drugs that she can do. I started this organization so that I could try to help other children not to make the same mistake that my sister made, because she got addicted and no coming back. She can't get any help. And again, so I just wanted to make this organization available for anyone that wanted to reach out to us so that we can have material to get out there to try to help some other child or the students or the teachers and parents. Thank you very much.
I already did bloodbath. You didn't realize it, but that's what's in here every time. Oh, is this the
Hello,
girl?
my name is Nia Grayson.
No, that's not her.
I'm here to speak about item 16.
Okay, so we voted on it, but you can talk about it in general public
Can't talk
comment.
about
So we'll set the
16.
clock for a minute. Please
We already
begin.
voted on it.
So I just wanted to say that in my neighborhood, most of us are sick or disabled or elderly, and most of the stores close at about 7 p.m. There's no place where we can go and buy essentials such as milk, eggs, snacks, sodas, water, anything like that after a certain period of time without having to travel at least 3 or 4 blocks. And the store, anytime I felt unsafe outside because of any activity going on, I've known that I can go into this store and I can feel safe because they're not gonna let anything bad happen to me. When I was in a wheelchair last year, they installed an extra countertop so that I wouldn't even have to try and get up out of my chair or try and reach too high to try and use my cart. I just think it's a real value to the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next speaker, please.
So what are they asking for? More stuff?
Item 16.
More
Hamad Ibrahim,
markets?
the owner of the store, the Rasta Smoke Shop. I'm talking for the last 2 years. I'm going to update for the store, for the clean, for everything. I have a clean for every 1 week, and I have everything is very good and help for the customer, for the neighborhood, for everything. And it's go close the store. I don't know why it's close the store. I have 5 kids. I have home. I'm buy rent like 6,200. I'm from Sudan. Now you see the news is all the people is outside, they kill all the people. Where is go? I'm come here America for help for me, for family. Why is close the store? I have 5 kids, 17, 16, 9, 8 years. Where is go? I don't know why it's close the store. Everything is good. Everything is good. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker,
Everything's
please.
good. They close the store down because everything is good. Sounds about right. Keep voting for him. Oh, yeah. But the racist right here should get good right now. She hates him.
Hi, Ms. Dr. Dumont. Which items would you like to speak on?
22, 26, and public comment.
Great. So you
she's gonna
have
dig into this
3
fool.
minutes for those and followed by a minute of general. Or 2 minutes, excuse me. You said 25, 26?
22, 26, and public
Okay, please go ahead.
comment. Thick. Okay.
Thick.
22, please do not support anything, I guess you probably already have, that Kevin De Leon is supporting. Why are we building all of this office space, 188,000 square foot, 14-story office building when what we need is housing, okay? This is disgusting. And all of the housing things that are in here, you're not getting enough low-income housing for all of the perks that you are giving these developers and all of the exemptions that you're giving these developers. I was at a press conference on Monday where people were talking about their experiences with Inside Safe. And they're horrible, terrible experiences. You all need to pay attention to that. They're not getting good services. They're being denied food. They're not getting food when they're put up in these hotels, and then they're moved several times. We have a housing emergency. The council should be pushing for as much housing as possible in any development plan and not leaving us hanging with these developers. And of course, they should be putting in conditions that say any low-income housing has to exist as long as the building exists, not for a couple of years, and then the developers bring them back to full pay. Don't do that. That's what's been happening repeatedly. That's why we have the crisis that we have now. In terms of 26, this is disgusting. The people who are advocating for 4118 enforcements are always using some trumped up excuse to get people, to get people out of their neighborhoods. You don't have any condition in here for housing these people. They're just going to be having to go someplace else. What are you expecting them to do? They're homeless, they're houseless, and many of them are ill and need services and need help that are not being given even to the people who are in Inside Safe. And Kevin De Leon, when are you going to resign? And when are you people going to start pushing this man out?
Never.
He does not belong here. He is a disgrace to our city. He shouldn't be sitting in this chamber among you. And he is infecting everything that happens in this chamber. And if you let him speak, you are at fault. You are at fault. Okay? And that's not right. And in addition, stop arresting people. Stop arresting protesters.
Thank you very much.
Well, I got something for you, chick. When you stop voting for these clowns, maybe shit'll stop happening. Okay?
All right.
All the bad shit'll stop.
26,
How many
general
ums?
comment.
Under or over, we got one.
All right, so item 26.
Under over 30.
Is another 4118 motion, this time in CD3. So there should be no 4118 motions. We talk about how we're in a, Karen Bass has declared a state of emergency on homelessness. And it seems like maybe we should be investing the city's resources into things that are actually going to solve the problem. All 4118 does is move the unhoused people out of sight so that the rich people don't have to see them on their limo ride over to the gala and at the country club. So that's the whole point of 4118. It's just criminalizing homelessness and causing our unhoused people to endure serious harm. 4118 needs to go. Yeah. So for general public comment, KDL you need to go. I don't know why. I can see you're talking to the staffer. That staffer assaulted someone at least once. Many of KDL staffers have assaulted people. KDL has assaulted people. Yeah, I see you looking at me. So KDL needs to get out of office. You should not be doing this meeting with KDL present. Yeah, so. And why didn't you say the full name I signed up as? It's an insult to my childhood. You didn't call me Andrew the Amazing like I signed up as. So there's no reason why you couldn't have said that. Fuck KDL. Fuck pretty much all of you. And get out, KDL.
All right, 24 ums.
Next speaker, please.
He was under 30. Yeah.
If you'd remind us of the name you signed and what you want to speak on.
Or 21.
Good morning. My name is Wesley Prophet. I'm speaking on item number 16, where the recommendation of the planning committee was to close the Rasta Smoke Shop at the corner on Crenshaw.
Homeboy Smoke Shop?
And I wanted to point out to the
Smoke
city
shop's
council
perfect.
that a lot has happened since that report was submitted to you.
Everything's perfect over
The
there.
store has responded by painting the entire building, removing all of the graffiti, and completely remodeled the store on the inside so as to discourage anyone from loitering in the store. The outside service window, which was a problem, has been closed. There are rubbish bins now in the back of the store. And most importantly, the alley area is being power washed once a week. The people who work in the store.
I don't care about what you guys to say. Thanks. Yeah. Get out of here.
Thank you.
Gives a fuck. Thank you. Nobody gives a
Thanks,
fuck. Thank
Speaker.
you.
Unfortunately, your time's expired.
Unfortunately, I don't
Thank
give
you.
a fuck,
Thank you.
Speaker. Unfortunately, I don't give a fuck. So you can just, yeah. The door is over there. That's what he told him right
Hello,
now.
sir. I'm talking on behalf of item number 16. My name is Amjad.
So 16 we voted on, but you can talk about it in general. So
But
set the
you can
clock
talk
for a
about it in
minute,
general.
and
We've already
the floor is
voted
yours,
on
sir.
it.
Okay.
Bye-bye, right?
So we have this business over 10 years. 7 people are working there in the shop, 4 full-time and 3 part-time. We don't have any problem since 2013 until 2019, and one of our employee, he sold to the minor. So we give him training, we give him everything, but he's still doing that. 2 times we fired him.
2
But
times?
that's his fault, not my fault.
2
not
times.
only that, also the report from LAPD is not accurate, is not supported by evidence. And also we complying for everything we have done since 2021 until now. We don't have any complaint. Most of the reports said our next store then complain about parking, customer parking to their parking lot, and that's not true, because I have deal with the business owner over there. And also, are you willing to close the business for 10 years based on evidence, based on report, not on evidence? Just see if any proof we did anything wrong.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's mad about the smoke shop.
Hi, if you'd remind us of your name, please, and what you want to speak on.
My name is Paul Eisner. I'm here as a resident of the Barrington Plaza. Well, I'm an attorney by trade.
Donald Harlan stirred
not
up.
in a representative capacity, in my attorney capacity.
Okay, and what did you want to speak on?
Talking about the eviction issue.
Oh,
It is
okay.
when they had a fire at the then First Interstate Tower, now the Aon Center. The city ordered the office buildings be retrofitted with sprinklers. They did not evacuate office buildings. It is possible to retrofit the Barrington without this mass tenant eviction. I've been told by some people this might require a vacation of an apartment for 2 or 3 days, something like that. And what I'm asking the city to do is basically pull back the plan, allow the tenants to organize, submit a plan where they don't have to have these mass evictions. And that way the people can stay in, the apartment can be brought up to safety standards with with sprinklers. I'll ask if the city can possibly schedule some hearings, a reasonable timeout so tenants can do that. That is what the issue is. Because the thing that was done secretly. We didn't know about the plans until we got the notices of termination of tenancy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Harlan
Hi,
coming up
if you'd
next.
remind us of the
Yeah,
names
my
of the
name is Claudio Bovell. I'm here, a resident of the 10th District, and the reason I'm here is to let council know that in my district, every 2 months since last year, we lose electrical power, and we have residents in apartment complex who are sick, air tank, and hospital beds and so forth. So this is every 2 months we lose power in a certain section of the community.
Wait until the
And I
electrical
want
cars take
to
over.
inform the council that eventually that continues, and I spoke to Water and Power about it. They're aware of it. Somebody's going to die eventually because if we keep losing power every 2 months. So also, I wanted to address the Glory Homes apartment complex that there's a lot of stealing, housing, people just moving in, homeless people. There's no cameras to protect the residents' safety and so forth. So eventually, again, at the Glory Homes apartment and losing power, eventually somebody is going to die. It's just a matter of time.
I agree.
Thank you very much.
I agree. And just wait until it gets exacerbated by
Thank
the
you.
electrical
Next,
push. All these electrical
next speaker,
cars.
please.
Just wait. I told you about rolling blackouts. He just told you about one. So rolling blackouts. What it's
Mr.
called.
Harlan, which items did you want to speak on today?
Let's go.
Hi, I'm Donald Harlan. I'd like to speak on agenda items 1, 4, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 22, 23, 24.
Okay.
Okay, Mr.
So
Harlan, you
we've
can only
already
talk
taken
on
up
21.
1 through 18, but you can have 3 minutes on items 19 and following, right? And you listed off 3 there. So we'll start with the 3 minutes on items 19 through 26, really, and then you can talk about the others during general public comment after that. So please begin.
Okay, agenda item.
I guess, Tribe.
Item number 19, the Rail to Corridor project.
People
this
being
looks
stuck on the road, though,
Tribe.
Tribe.
$7 million payback from Metro. I'm not aware that City Council needs to be paid anything from Metro. Maybe take a good look at that.
Take a good look
That
at
was
it.
sponsored by Price and Hut. I don't know. That something funny there. I don't even know if City Council should be sponsoring some of the Metro projects. There's some funny business going on in Metro. Maybe take a real good look at that. Maybe probably tell them no. Agenda item number 22, 635 Mesquite Street, 632 South Santa Fe, 1585 East Jesse Street. I look at the addresses on those and they don't look right. Is there really a assessor report from 1962? I believe that was added on later. It says there's $1 million laundered through there in 1997. I'm not 100% for sure about those properties. It looks like somebody subdivided the block. That's probably an illegal real estate for 22.
Probably.
There's several there. You notice they weren't able to sell those properties
I
for a long
noticed.
time. They transfer, no sale price. It's because
They're illegal.
somebody else owns it. And eventually somebody tries to get money out of it and they get in trouble or they create a nuisance is what they've done there. Agenda item number 23, 6001 West Sunset Boulevard, 1503 North Gordon Street, North LeBeg Avenue. Lots of money laundered through there. Wow. All those people in that neighborhood need to go to jail. There's over $100 million laundered through the agenda item number 23 already. Those people are all in there illegally. Those are my Hollywood properties. Just look, they're right next to the freeway, right?
Those are his.
The original assessment report usually coincides with the finished date of the freeway there. I know that's my property. Most of Hollywood looks like that. But there's $100 million laundered out of agenda item number 23 already. They don't need your help covering for them. Agenda item number 24, 8721 South Broadway Avenue. Yeah, that's next to the freeway again. That neighborhood, that little block, there's $100 million laundered out of there too. Right next to the freeway, a bunch of freeway properties. There's no succession of ownership from there. I know who owns those properties. I don't have deals with those people. They never paid escrows. They never asked me. They just showed up and started building shit.
That's what they do when you don't own the property.
All right, General.
Yeah, I need attention to that illegal Marriott over there across from Staples Center. They just finished, and those illegal buildings over
Fucking
there.
Marriott.
For sure, they illegally built those things. They don't own it. Everybody's in there illegally. They're going to hold a Democratic convention or something in there in that Marriott, and everybody in there goes to hell. Okay.
Hopefully.
Agenda item number 1, CEQA to rename a street. Holy shit. You guys are so ridiculous with your CEQA. What kind of environmental protection is required to rename a street? Lincoln Boulevard Bridge. Make sure that you guys own that before you spend money on it. Transportation Committee needs to pay for electricity rather than trying to bankrupt Metro, building infrastructure for electric buses. How much electricity does it cost to charge those things? Have you guys ever considered that? Metro's not a utility.
Thank you. Thanks for your comments.
Thank you for your
Next
comments.
speaker, please.
Yeah, shit, yeah. Mr.
Stacey?
Harlan was kind of calm today. He does own all those properties.
Thank you, Mr. Harlan. We need to
Adam,
listen to the next speaker.
While Stacy comes forward, Adam.
Oh, Stacy Scott
Lionel,
Bollinger. Get some singing going on.
Hi. Which items did you want to
Mr.
speak on
Spindler.
today?
Oh, Mr. Spindler! Yes,
Did you
Goat
want
Boy's
more
there.
notes, Mr. Price?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
22, 26, and general public comment, please.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for
Let
the
me change
items
the
and then a minute
camera.
general.
Hold
Please
on.
begin.
Great. So 22 is some site plan review regarding commercial property. I live sort of near Ventura Boulevard, and I
Sort of?
spend a lot of time walking on Ventura Boulevard, mostly between Sepulveda and Universal Studios. And I can tell you, there is tons and tons and tons of empty commercial space. When I come downtown for these meetings, I take walks to get lunch or take walks to go to Santee Alley or to pick up groceries before getting on the train to head home. And there are for lease signs in so many parcels, in so many buildings for huge. I saw one nearby this building yesterday, something like 13,600 square feet of commercial space available for lease. Funny enough, the mayor's emergency order about housing said nothing about a moratorium on new commercial properties until we have enough housing. Said nothing about making sure that new projects include housing or include affordable housing. Said nothing about identifying buildings that exist like the ones in my neighborhood that are previously residential properties retrofitted to be commercial properties that now have empty offices for lease. Why don't we retrofit them, since I've been told it's price prohibitive to retrofit standing commercial buildings into housing, but
Mr.
they
Spindler
just
with
did
his
that in
puppet right
Glendale
there.
for a luxury unit. So I think when capital is the goal, we can, but when housing is the goal, there's always excuses. 26 is a 4118 measure. Nearby where I live, there is a moped shop that stores dozens of mopeds on the sidewalk, and I noticed they haven't had a 4118 citation. We're told this is about accessibility, but when it's anything but unhoused people, 4118 just doesn't apply somehow. So I'll go on to my general
Sure.
public comment.
Those people are paying tax
Someone
revenue.
pressed record at your meeting. You were supposed to be redistricting.
Look at 'em dancing.
You said some racist words, and everybody heard. And next we're moving on. You need to resign, Kevin. Just be moving on. Give us your resignation. Singing, Kevin, just
DeLeon.
resign. We're still waiting for your resignation, Kevin. Just
DeLeon.
resign. Everybody wants you to resign, Kevin. Just resign. We're still waiting for your resignation, Kevin. Just
DeLeon.
resign. Everybody wants you to resign. You didn't like that one, Nithya? Sorry. I know you don't like my songs, but you really got to stop working with this racist, okay? Paul, I saw you introducing your friend to him yesterday. It was very friendly. Get the fuck out of here, Kevin.
Iltronic, you're
Okay,
right. It
Mr.
is
Spindler,
very
last
far.
speaker this morning.
Mr. Spindler, the last speaker. Oh, we're going to go out with a bang. He's got his puppet and everything. June, I can't go there. I can't go inside there because
Last speaker
I'm not
before we go to the
vaccinated.
phones.
Nor will I ever be. So I can't go in there. You have to show vaccination status to be able to go in there, and I ain't no fucking puppet.
Which items did you want to speak on, Mr. Spindler?
Ain't happening.
Well, he wants to speak on all items in general public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for items 19 through 26, followed by a minute for general. Please begin.
So I'll defer for the first time in 3 years, ladies and gentlemen. Black Puppet has returned to the house. Thank you, motherfuckers. It is so good to be back. Now we got number 26 here. What? Anti-camping. 41.18. I can't tell you how many of my places have been shut down due to 4118. My income has been reduced in CD3 by 74%. Bob's trying
Frank,
to
you
shut
need to
down
check it
my
out.
favorite prostitution brothel over there in Woodland Hills. And it's on 5400 at Hammer Drive and 5416 Commercial Way. So I want to give a shout out to my fellow pimps, my fellow gangs, and my fellow drug sellers. We got to get the fuck out of CD3, man. Bob was on TV today telling us we ain't welcome no more. But don't worry, Unisys, we're going to be coming over to your district. You love us. Yes, sir. We'll be back in the CD1 and not out there in the CD3 food. That's right. And then we want to thank the great one, the man I respect more than anybody else besides my mother, the great one, Kevin De Leon, on item number 22. Look what he doing. Withdraw with site plan review appeal so that the site review can goddamn be final. Creed LA tried to stop this project, but Kevin, you intercepted the ball and you ran it in for the touchdown. Now, Mark Falconer, KF Roger Pisa, KF 655 Mesquite LLC, which Unisys is knowing that those folks are barely making a living, are now going to be able to build their project now. They're not going to have to file Chapter 11 bankruptcy, much like Curran DeMille Price did when he did his Chapter 7. Let's give Kevin a hand. All right. Yeah, that Kevin building housing. You see what he doing? And we got number 13 from the Department of
So,
City
Mr.
Planning.
Spindler, 13 we've already voted on. You can talk about it in general if you want to go to general.
No, you have to go through the agenda. I told you. Ow, don't hurt
So
my nose,
let's stick with the
motherfucker.
items. Come on, last warning.
Let's
That's
get to
battery.
Number 8, 24 on CD8. That's right. Number $7 million for the CD8 because of Marchese. He might be a little sleazy, but when it comes to $7 million, he get it real easy. And that's good. He helping the brother.
On to general.
Let's go to the general. I went to the federal court last night, and I saw a letter that come from Echo Park Neighborhood Council directed to the federal judge asking that this poor man that used to supervise Mr. Fable be given 11 to 33 months in federal prison. But I got good news, Kevin. We took care of that shit. That attorney, Thomas H. Peters, only getting 9 months of house arrest, 3 years summary probation, and a $50,000 fine when he could have been fined $525,000. We call that a slap on the wrist in the hood. Let's give the FBI a hand. All right. That's right, fool. Yeah, that's right. We love crime. So that's it, everybody.
We love
City
crime.
Hall's open for business. Fill your pockets. Step a B. Fill your pockets. Amen.
Okay, thank you. Your time's expired.
Sam?
So, Mr. President, we're ready for
Sam,
remote public comment.
me getting a card just to get in there is bending my knee to them. Okay? And Frank, you need to fucking go and check. You can't get in there. In fact, didn't you remember just yesterday the cop that came in there and said that why are they still firing firefighters and cops for not being vaccinated? I guess you forgot about that just yesterday.
Hi, yes, we can hear you. What would you like to speak on today?
Wake up.
I'd like to speak on general public comments today.
Wake the fuck
Sure,
up.
you have a minute. Please begin.
And
Thanks,
I,
Mr.
I
Caldwell.
won't bend the knee for
Morning,
none of you
Council.
motherfuckers.
Morning, everyone. Well, good to see that
You
racist
forcing me down.
scumbag was not here at
That's it.
all at City Council.
Even then, you
chambers
get in a
today,
fight.
which is great. Whoever he is, I hope that somebody takes his ass around the corner and beat his ass for calling black people the N-word and saying offensive things to Armenian people, and by mentioning the Turks.
What's up, D-Nice?
And which is unacceptable. I just hope that things get better. You know, I
Truth
see a whole
scare
bunch
you?
of crazy
Enrico?
people,
Truth
showing
scare
up
you?
today at City Hall. And I understand people disrupt meetings, but you know what? People are upset, and we'd like to see.
Remember, it was
what
the
we can
scared
do
ones
to
that bent
sort
over when they
everything
told
out
them
so
to.
people don't get upset in City Council. And it's just a disgrace that racism still exists.
Thank you. Thanks. So we'll.
Hi, Carla.
Next speaker.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
I can call in, but then
Hello, how you doing?
Hi, Sean. What would you like to speak on today?
Sean, he knows right away.
General public comment.
Absolutely. You have a minute. The floor is yours.
Item numbers.
Is he on a
District
jitterbug?
6, I hope they get a decent council member.
Good luck.
Metro's not, the trains are not safe.
They aren't.
I'm stopped going to city council for a little while because until they get safer, I'm not
Xbox
going to
mic?
ride the Metro Red Line. There are too many people, crazy people on those trains, homeless people. Get tired of dealing with them. Kevin DeLeon needs to go. That's another thing. I don't want to be there either. He makes me want to vomit. Thank you.
Bro, it does sound like
Thanks,
an
Sean.
Xbox mic. It really does. It does. Or he's talking through a sound bar or something. Fuck's he doing? I mean, you
Next caller.
Jitterbug
What
phones are
items would
better
you
than
like to
that.
speak on?
Item 26.
You have a minute. Please go ahead.
Good morning, Council. My name is Salvador Vasquez. This is regarding item 26 for 4118. I am the Director of Sales for the Courtyard Marriott Woodland Hills, part of the Warner Center community. I'd like to continue to address the homeless camps along the backside of the hotel on Clarendon Street, Comercio Way, and Alhama Drive in Woodland Hills. Our hotel, along with neighboring businesses, are growing increasingly impacted by the homeless camps and their individuals. We have experienced loss of employees, guests, and business because of the run-ins they have experienced with the camp's individuals. The safety and security risks coming from the individuals in these camps have resulted in a loss of business. In total, $250,000 loss for the hotel, which the city will subsequently lose out in occupancy tax. We have seen fires, drug activity, assaults, prostitution in the area. Just a few weeks ago, during a chamber event held at the hotel, an individual from the camp stabbed another in the face with a pole, and it was witnessed by LAPD. This is the experience our guests and community are having to face. We need help from the city and request your support on 4118. Thank you.
Stabbed him in the face with a pole?
Next speaker.
Next caller. What items would you like to speak on?
What's up, Armist? So I'm telling you, you got a bunch of mentally ill,
General
open
public
drug
comment.
markets.
Very good.
Drug
You have a
addicts
minute. The floor is
everywhere.
yours. Please begin.
Robert, I think you need to talk to these people about FPPC Rule 18707. We just had a couple council members accuse themselves. One say that they were accusing because of their wife. Their staffer told them something and they said because they're a homeowner. And the other said no reason. Your city attorney, Dave Michelson, he's not with the mayor, but he specifically put together a memo a few years ago on this. And the revisions to 18707 say that there needs to be a specific statement where we get disclosure of the specific financial instruments. For example, well, if an official's property interest is implicated, then the address or parcel number of the property must be disclosed. If the interest is income from a spouse's employer, the name of the employer is required. We didn't get either of those.
Nope.
And I'm just curious because Del Richardson donated to Marissa a few months ago and listed herself as retired.
Thanks.
So is there still conflict or is she retired?
Thank you.
Thanks. You're dropping way too much information and
Next
facts.
caller.
We're going to
What
need you to
items would you
go.
like to speak on?
Bye-bye. Dispatched.
Thank you.
Eric
This is
Previn.
Eric Previn. I'd like to speak on the available items and a general public comment.
Well,
Could you
sure,
just
Mr.
refresh my
Previn.
memory?
Sure,
The
Mr.
available
Previn.
items are items 19 through 26. You have 3 minutes for those,
It's a
followed by a
boner
minute
for
general.
Eric.
Please stay on topic, and please begin.
That's foul.
Right.
He loves
Continuation agenda means that it was in another meeting and it's been continued until this meeting.
It's
that
part of this
accurate?
meeting. You can talk on 26 now. Please begin.
So it's not a special meeting. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I'll try to follow along with your draconian rules and make my comments appropriate. I feel like engaging consultant services, professional consultant services from an on-call list removes an important aspect of transparency for the public to oversee the kind of thievery that's going on down at City Hall on a routine basis. So I was wondering if we could take a look at these on-call consultant services contracts that the city has with all different kinds of departments. You know, this is only 97 firms on the LA DOT list.
For sure, Red
Who knows
Fox.
what they're doing, and what is it for if there's just an on-call list? We never get to see the work orders, and I think it's important that the public know what we're ordering to be done, especially when we have so many unmet needs in our communities that we've heard about during public comment today. So I would say that item number 26, which is the very end, is a 4118 item, and I think people know that, you know, there's controversy here. So you put it on the agenda. People will tell you this is not helping. I heard a harrowing report from somebody in CD5 about how people were given almost no notice and moved. I saw the Los Angeles Times clip about the constituent from, I think, Bloomingfield's district helping desperately the person for 2 years to get a place. Karen Fauché produced it for the LA Times. And, you know, we're busy studying and want more data about what's going on. Today you have the County Board of Supervisors having their budget hearing where they're open to hearing from the public, unlike Bloomingfield, who hashtag Bloomingfield Snows has reduced comments on the budget to an embarrassing low. Lower even than Paul Krikorian's great low, which is one of the great lows. So what we can say now is it's time to provide virtual testimony options for folks who call into committee meetings at the City of Los Angeles, because you're such a committee-centric group. We have such nice, young, progressive flank of individuals who are now really talking about some of these important issues.
So
and some of the older, new
That really
people
does
as well.
seem to be like a general public comment matter. Can we stick clearly on the agenda items for the time being? You can talk about that in general when we go to it soon.
Well, I like to talk about budget, finance, and innovation, okay? Because I'm an innovative guy, and I'm trying to provide guidance for you to take virtual testimony from incredibly intelligent Angelinos who follow the city's business. By doing that, the committee members, who are mostly half there, but could hear that testimony and factor it in as they shuffle things over to a Vox office before he deflavorizes it completely. And
You can
puts
go
it
into
you
general,
can't
Mr.
talk on.
Previn.
You can go into general now.
I can go into general?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like, okay, thank you. I'd like the 15 city council members to take note that today at County Board of Supervisors, this is in your jurisdiction because you're in the city and the county of Los Angeles. The sheriff said that he wants to get a big brand new order of tasers for the sheriffs. And I said, well, hold on. You know, what about the Reuters report on death from tasers? This is not a solution to homelessness in Los Angeles County. Now, as you can imagine, the fabulous five women supervisors, one of them raised a little finger and said, are you kidding? And a bit about a policy. We don't need a policy for putting 50,000 volts into a homeless person, okay? I think that the city council needs to speak out now about this. And Unisys and others have been there in the past, knowing what's right as opposed to what's wrong, and not going in the direction of where everybody's going, but going where we need to go, which is to a safer, more appropriate way to protect our communities with in-community.
Thank you, Mr. Previn. Next speaker.
Lobster, the consensus
speaker.
is he might
What
be an
items would you like
attorney.
to speak on?
And that's why they approach him differently, because he'll sue them. He sues the city. And he's smart. He'll win. And they don't want to sit there and deal with the legal issues and ramifications that may
Speaker, I
come
see that you're
about.
unmuted. You can begin speaking.
So
What
that,
items would
that
you like to
might
speak
be it,
on?
Lobster. I don't know.
Any available items.
He is quite
Okay.
well spoken.
Okay,
You
it's a
notice
little
that.
hard to hear you.
And he's
The available
innovative.
items are 19 through 26, followed by a minute for general. So set the clock for 3 minutes to talk about those items 19 through 26, and then you can talk about more or less anything else.
Shy. They don't even have
So
to
please begin.
attend.
Okay, first of all, I'd
Just
like
get
to
paid.
start off by saying these general items shouldn't be discussed.
You missed him, James.
Look at everybody's just standing around. Nobody pays attention. This is a waste of our tax dollars. De Leon's over playing on his Tinder account or something. I'm not sure what he's doing. I'm not sure if they actually created a racist Tinder account yet. Maybe he's on Smoke and Scan watching live. He should be. If he's not, you can check it out on YouTube, Smoke and Scan. He's a disgrace. Everybody check out Smoke and Scan.
Let's go.
Let's go. Apparently not.
I wonder if they're
So,
like, what Smoke and
thank
Scan?
you.
Someone's going on his
Is that-
phone
Are
right
there
there.
more speakers
Oh,
on the queue?
Smoke
So
and
that's the
Scan.
last person on the queue.
Oh, we
Oh,
went
no.
out with a bang
There
on
are
a Smoke and
further
Scan
speakers
drop.
on
Thank
Oh,
you.
so let's move on
Appreciate
to the
you.
next speaker on the queue.
Whoever you are,
Next
thank
speaker.
you.
What items would you like to speak on?
Oh, there's another one.
Speak with the last 4 digits 8015.
Thank you, Matt.
What items would you like to speak on?
That was you, Matthew. Thank you.
So speaker with the
I'd
digit.
actually got like a general comment this morning.
Sure, you have a minute.
This racist, incompetent, and corrupt city government is going to try to cram their LAPD robot dog down the public's throat again. The public does not want the LAPD Hyundai car company killer robot dog of oppression.
Robot?
When you tried it a month ago.
Robot?
And we the people don't want the LAPD and Hyundai car company killer robot dog now. Yes, Hyundai is responsible for this attempted oppression of minority communities. Yes, boycott Hyundai, the car company which owns Boston Dynamics, the maker of the LAPD killer robot dog oppression machine. Join us in public our boycott of Hyundai. Boycott Hyundai. Call Hyundai Car Company and tell them you are boycotting their cars for their attempted oppression of our minority communities via LAPD. The black community has zero representation. The black sample sellout coon Negroes of this racist city council, Heather Hutt, Price, and sleazy Marquise Dawson make up 20%. We are only 12% of the population, but almost 50% of the homeless, 50% of the incarcerated and unemployed. What are these coons going to do, public? All of you are paying for them running the black community into the ground. Thanks.
Oh, man, she's all about it.
Emotional damage.
Those
Next
robot,
caller.
goddamn
What items
robot
would you like
dogs.
to speak on?
Goddamn robots.
Hi, good morning. Just public comment, please.
Sure, you have a minute. Please begin.
Thank you. My name is Ernest, and I just wanted to reiterate the fact that the racist bigot, Kevin DeLeon, is still sitting his ass
Illerate?
there.
Did he say
and
Illerate?
he needs to go. Kevin, your career is done. The nation knows what you did. The
Reillerate.
President of the United States even commented. So it's time for you to go. Bye. You're never going to redeem yourself. Never, 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 never. So get it through your thick skull. And right now, I only see 6 council members. So that means you don't even have a quorum at this moment. So I'm not even sure how you're allowing this meeting to go on. Because if no one's in their seats, you don't have a quorum. End of story. And city attorney, you need to be more aware of this, because the fact is we get booted during other meetings if we don't have a quorum. This is not a quorum at this moment. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
He wants to re-illerate
Next speaker.
But he doesn't want to be
What items would
burdensome.
you like to speak on?
while he's re-illerating. He doesn't want to be burdensome.
Yes, thank you for taking my call. I'd like public comment, please.
See, they tried to hang up on all these people. They said they were done.
Thank you. Well,
That's
first
3
of all,
more.
I want to check on our LA homeless program. Yesterday we had a lady with 5 kids show up telling us that the conditions where she lived were horrible. I want to see, raise your hands if any of you talked to her.
Not one
and
of them.
anybody tried to help her and make sure that her children last night slept in a nice, clean bed. So, any hands raised? No. Secondly, I just want to say, I know a lot of these speakers are annoying, but if you listen to what they say, you will find a gold nugget in some of the things. Just listen. Sometimes they come up with, Mr. Previn is probably one of the people that is probably the best at that. So again, just listen, and it's not all good, but it's not all bad. Thank you.
That's Mr. 50 Guns. Ask him if he got rid of his 50 guns, because remember, he said he was a part of the
We'll
bomb.
take 3 more callers.
Well,
before we
we'll only
close
take
public
2 or 3
comment
more
on the
because we
phones.
haven't done anything. We need to do
Next
some more.
speaker. What items would you like to speak on?
Should be taking all the callers, motherfucker, till the queue is
Speak with the
empty.
last 4 digits 5245. Please press *6 to unmute yourself.
Fuck out of here, lazy
So
motherfucker.
speaker with the digits 5245. If you're there, press *6 right away. Okay. Are you there, speaker?
All items and all items in general public comment.
So you have 3 minutes for items 19 through 26.
Let's get a good one
followed
going.
by a minute for general.
Stir that pot up,
Please,
baby. Put some
please begin.
spice and salt in that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm right. Thank you. Good morning, public. Welcome to another circus act of the Los Angeles City Council. See Dawson sitting in the public seats. All these clowns walking around.
Smoke.
80,000 homeless people. And you wonder why. Never see this at any city council meeting in any other city. Number 19 is Price and Hutt. Reimbursement of $27 million for the MTA. Heather Hutt should not be voting on anything. This corrupt city council of circus installed her. Petty pink-faced corrupt Armenian dictator Paul Krikorian and this corrupt city council installed her instead of giving the public the right to vote. They did this with criminally insane Herb Wesson. The court had to throw the bum out. Remember, public? The same thing. All they do is protect each other, prop up each other, and vote for each other's crap. The only thing they're concerned about is getting reelected.
That's it.
They just spread money around, all the city's money, in this complete, total circus act, and all they want is to get reelected. Number 24, Dawson, $7 million, another clown act. Number 26, Bloomfield, 4118 motion, and another clown act. You got $50 million for the Holocaust Museum, but he's throwing people out from freeway underpasses. What kind of clown act is that? Is that what we pay our taxes for? To evict people from freeway underpasses?
Speaker, would you please turn off the music in the background and just speak?
Freeway underpasses. You can hear me. I have the right to express myself.
This is not a
Shut
multimedia
your mouth.
presentation and not a discussion. Please just speak.
This is not multimedia.
Okay, you violated my rights. You will get another claim.
That's it.
Evicting people
Brown
from
Act
freeway underpasses.
violation.
While these people are talking about their fathers, Park and Rodriguez, Rahman talking about her damn anniversary, while they're evicting people from underpasses and giving away dogs and cats from dog and cat homes when there are 80,000 drug-addicted, mentally ill people on our streets. If they keep talking, I guess they want us to forget about that. Paul Krikorian, maybe we'll get lucky and he can talk about Azerbaijan again today and Armenia.
Every
this guy
fucking
has
day.
thrown out more people
Shit.
from City Hall than in the history of the city of Los Angeles. And he's an ambassador.
You can go into general.
Okay, thank you.
It's so on point, this dude. I mean,
These
so on
black,
point.
coon, coward, Negro sellouts on the Uncle Toms on this council are 20% of the city council. Public, the black community is nearly 50% of the homeless, 50% of the unemployed, nearly 50% of the incarcerated, but we're only 12% of the population. What are these coon Tom sellouts doing besides feeding the prison industry? Everybody is paying for these coon Toms and head coons sitting up there price. The worst thing that's ever happened to the black community, Marquise Dawson and installed Heather Hutt. Look at them. This is our problem. This is the city's problem. It's everyone's problem. Look at them doing nothing. Do they talk about the incarcerated? Do they talk about over?
Oh, they cut him?
Next speaker. What
Oh,
item would you like to
next
speak on?
speaker. Bye. Didn't even say goodbye.
Good afternoon. This is Brock Landers. I would like to speak on, 24 and a general public comment.
Sure, you have a minute for each. Please go ahead.
All right, so I have another innovative idea. Not as innovative as Eric Previn, but I'm trying. For the $7 million that you're going to spend on the urban home development, I took a quick look today and I saw that in Detroit there are 500 homes that are under $200,000. If we invested in those homes and moved the people out to that community, not only would we be helping the people that come in here and complain about you guys not doing anything to move the homeless anywhere, but we would also be infusing and revitalizing the communities in Detroit. I think we could also use that, like what I talked about last week with teaching people skills in the trade to learn how to, rebuild houses and do good for the community. For a general public comment, I was disgusted last week on Cinco de Mayo when we saw white privilege on display. We had to listen about the worst kind of white music, ska. You would have been better off with dueling banjos. The only people that listen to ska are people that can't handle the punk community. For the kids, remember, punk died with Sid Vicious. On number one, while we're renaming streets, I would like to see a block of Figueroa renamed Smoke and Scan Boulevard. KDL, stay strong, man. That if these people haven't figured out that the grift is that you guys all hang together and aren't going to do anything to hurt anybody else, and they won't vote for somebody else, it's their fault for staying with you.
That's it. There's KDL eating chips, listening to the comments like, hell yeah, bro. Shout out to Brock Landers. There goes my hero. Big ups to Brock. Brock
Speaker
and Matt
with a
coming
hidden
through.
number. Please press star 6 to unmute
Oh,
yourself.
with the hidden numbers.
So there's if you're out there, speaker
Where's
with
Mr.
a
Sachs?
black number, it could be you. Press star 6 right away. If not, we'll. Okay, so that's Mr. Spindler we heard before. So let's cut him off. We'll take two real speakers who haven't spoken already.
That's not
Next
Mr.
speaker.
Spindler. That was Mr.
What item would
Herman.
you like to speak on?
That's fucked up. They hung right up on him because he talked in the.
Hello?
Oh, that's fucked up. They know him. That's fucked up.
Speaker, are you there?
They hung up on him, dog.
Yes, I'm here. How you doing?
Hi. What would you like to speak on?
I'd like to speak on, I believe, the 41.
So
418.
it's a little hard to hear you. Can you speak a little more directly into your mouthpiece, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's much better. What did you want to speak on?
I apologize. I want to speak about the 418. I think is what it is.
Yes. So that's item 26. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a resident in Woodland Hills. I've been here 14 years, and I've just watched the city just go on spiral downwards. Now, I understand economy has a lot to do with the homeless situation in Los Angeles and throughout the country, but the inaction by our government, specifically City Council, in passing these laws,
Sure is burping.
worrying about getting sued by ACLUs because of whatever reason. I don't understand why we're looking at the safety of the people who live in the communities less than the people who are doing drugs and breaking the laws. When the people are following laws in our society are the ones that are paying for this. Something needs to be done, and the people in our community need to start organizing to make a difference and vote these people out of office that are not doing these things that we need done. The hotel owner spoke earlier about the incident where a man was stabbed in the face. This
Thank
is
you.
a constant.
Thank you,
in
Speaker.
our-
Thank you. We don't care about what you're saying
So,
about
for the president, we're
stabbing in
taking
the
one
face.
more call.
There are no more speakers on the queue.
Mr. President, we've exhausted the speaker queue, so we're done with public comment.
Because you hung up on one of them.
Please don't shout out in the audience.
Get loud. Get loud in the audience. That's what you need to do. Get unruly. Fuck these motherfuckers. Try to do their work.
All right, we'll take one more speaker.
Yeah. We'll take one more speaker because I'm
Camille,
fucking
we'll take
lazy.
Camille
Don't
Lewis.
do nothing all goddamn day. Get paid
Okay.
good
Before
money
we
to
close
do it.
public comment.
Lazy fuck. These motherfuckers are all so
what have
lazy.
you signed
All
up
of
to
them.
speak on?
4118 in general comment.
You have a minute for each. Please go ahead.
Okay, yeah, 4118 sucks. McClosker, whatever your dick name is, went to Mayday. You are a straight white male who's part of the LAPPL and got screamed at.
So we're on
in
general
front of,
public
We're on
comment, or-
general comment. Shut up. Got screamed
no,
at
we'll
by
give
me.
you a
By
minute for general.
Hundreds of people fucking saw me screaming at you, being called a racist, white supremacist. You hate poor people. You hate indigenous people. Why would you go to a May Day event with fucking workers, you piece of shit? It's on video of me screaming at you, getting my spit on you for 10 minutes. Why the fuck would you show up at a May Day event for fucking immigration rights? Why would you be there? Please tell me. Why would you do that? You're a fucking asshole. You got humiliated by hundreds of everybody's calling and texting me like it was 10 minutes of me nose to nose spit getting on your face from me. You are a racist. Why the fuck would you show up at a May Day workers event that had to do with immigration? That was amazing. I did not even realize hundreds of people were staring at us because I was so blown away that you kept getting closer to me. You're a
Thank you. Your time's expired.
Okay, we've taken public comment for over an hour.
That was great.
Sir, may we have your name, please?
Emotional damage.
Yeah, I was here last week, and I just wanted to do a little follow up on that. There wasn't no mention about what would happen to people who would need the elevators in these buildings that were talked about, and also why is there no discussion about parking for the people who deliver goods via big rigs? And being a bus rider, restrooms along the path is very important. I can imagine that will be the same for the bus drivers as well. And I would also like to know about these abandoned hotels that I've seen along bus routes that could be used for shelters. And there's one in particular on Sunset that there are tents in front of the abandoned hotel, and there's nothing being done about that. And I would like to find out what's going on with that.
Thank you very much.
Comment. Thank you for your comment.
So he
We're going
wants
to close public
bathrooms
comment at this
at
time.
every bus stop?
Closing the phone lines,
So-
and we'll close public comment on all items.
Even the bus driver can take a shit.
Mr. Clerk, which
Hold on,
items
guys, I gotta
are
take a
before
shit.
us at this time?
Mr. President, the council may now reconsider item 1 with 12 members
stuck in
present
there for 10 minutes
adoption
and you're
of the
like
ordinance.
timing them?
2 votes are required
Come on,
for
man.
reconsideration.
Okay, well, let's open the roll on this item, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
Jumps back on the bus. I feel
14
great. I can see it.
We
Okay.
also,
10 pounds
we also need
lighter.
a vote for adoption of
Okay,
the
let's
item.
open the roll
Let's
on
get it
adoption. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Thank you, members. What's next before us, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. President, the council may now vote on items 19 through 24. And for the record, item 22 includes the adoption of the motion introduced by Councilmember
Got that
De Leon
grease forehead?
and seconded by Councilmember
It's all
Lee.
the
And
heat
item
from his
23
hot breath going
includes
up
the adoption of the
from his
motion
mask.
introduced by Councilmember Soto Martinez.
Normally it goes
and
out.
seconded by Councilmember Rahman.
And if I
The heat
may,
from
Mr.
his
President,
breath
for both
goes up
22
and
23,
shines up his
the,
forehead.
Motion is to adopt
Greases
the
it up.
communications from the planning
It
department.
liquefies the grease.
planning department reports at issue don't have any recommendations. They are just remarking on the fact that the appellants withdrew their appeal. So this is tantamount to a note and file of the communication from the departments.
Okay, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
And for the record, Mr. President, there is a request to send item 21
What's the point of
forthwith.
voting? You all just vote
that
yes
could be the order
anyways.
without
Just
objection.
pass what you're going to do. You do it anyways.
Next item.
Why waste your time for
The
this?
council may now consider
Just
item
go home.
26,
Call it a day.
called special by Councilmember
Do
Hernandez
what you
for
want
a
to do. You
separate
do it
vote.
anyways.
Okay, any comments, members? Let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.
Go roll, go roll. Oh, got a couple no's. We got more no's. Oh, what's going on
This
here?
item is adopted.
What happened? What happened there?
Mr.
We have some opposition amongst the constituents. What's going on? Oh boy, look at KDL still over there eating his fucking chips, stuffing his face
So
with chips.
I believe we're going into closed session now.
And look, she's over there eating too. She's stuffing her face like what the fuck, man? You motherfuckers don't take a lunch break. Come on. Snacking at where I'm telling you, other than being
Colleagues,
on
item
break,
25
I
is
don't
an
remember
item that
snacking
would normally
at
have
work
been heard in
ever.
Budget, Finance, and Innovation Committee.
Ever.
It's coming to council.
On break, yes.
Directly to council.
Not on break? No.
Because it is a time-sensitive
No.
matter, and the city attorney's asked us to move this forward. It is also a matter, though, that is has some policy implications as well. So I think it's important. I don't know if you could hear me before I'm speaking again. This
Hopefully
item
we don't
25
have to hear you. Your mic breaks.
is an item that would normally come before the Budget and Finance Committee.
Lazy
Given the
fuck.
time and the city attorney's need for an answer quickly, it's coming directly to council. It is also a matter, though, that has some policy implications, so I think it's important that we hear this item as a council. Even if it had first been heard in Budget and Finance, we might have wanted to hear it anyway. And it is also an item, because it deals with RSO, that two of our colleagues are recused from this item.
Rick Simpson
So that's
oil?
why I'll be chairing this portion of the meeting. And it is a meeting, it is a discussion because it deals with litigation that we will have to take in closed session. So, Mr. City Attorney, if you would take us to closed session and announce what we need to do for that.
So the item is listed on the agenda. The sergeants just need to clear the room. To reiterate what you said, just for the record, council members Krikorian and Price are recusing themselves because they have RSO properties.
Oh, look, Mr. Harlan.
Mr. Harlan, Mr. Harlan, you're disrupting
Go
the meeting.
crazy.
You're going to get kicked
Please.
out if you don't be quiet.
Cops right there.
Mr. Harlan, we're going to closed session now anyway, but you need to leave because you're
All right.
yelling.
You've
Please
been
remove
ordered.
please remove Mr. Harlan.
You've been ordered removed, Mr. Harlan. Please
Go crazy,
leave.
Mr. Harlan.
Okay, well, and now we have to clear the room officially as a closed session.
Right.
City Attorney?
You want to rape white
Yes,
people?
So we are ready to. Well, as soon as we clear the room, we can go into closed session.
Love you, Mr.
Mr.
Harlan.
Harlan is still disrupting the meeting.
He's my hero. Registered sex offender property. Ah.
Mr. Harlan, please be quiet. Just leave.
Mr. Harlan has been asked to leave.
Okay. So for the record, we're going into closed session to hear David Kagan v. City, which is Supreme Court, U.S. Supreme Court case number 22-739.
When I grow up, I want to be
regarding
just like
plaintiff's
Mr.
argument
Harlan
regarding
and own a
rent
bunch of
controls as
properties.
per se
and
taking.
Go to city council
As
meetings.
a reminder to everyone,
Tell them all what's,
besides
what's
council
going
members,
on.
there should only be essential staff here.
There should only be essential staff here. Yeah, they didn't want to hear that. That's it. They closed the session. They couldn't handle Mr. Harlan. Get him, Mr. Har. Get him. There goes my hero, Mr. Harlan. Oh, what am I doing here? What did I just do? I don't want that to come up. Please don't come up. Yeah, man. I guess that's
Hollywood
it for
Community Plan.
Oops, sorry,
the
just
Hollywood
a minute.
Plan establishes an affordable housing incentive program.
Yeah,
encouraging
come on down. Get your affordable housing. And when we mean affordable, a one bedroom that's not, 600 square feet for $2,200 a month. That's affordable. Yeah, ladies and gents, that's how it works. They just can't handle the truth. As soon as it's done. They went to a closed session. I mean, normally it would have stayed on for another just 10 minutes. They would have voted on all their shit and their items, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's kind of how it works. Because they close realistically, you don't really want to watch it after public comments closed. You know what I mean? That's really the fun part. Let's go take a look at First Responders Media live in Juarez at the border, guys. So he's live at the border. Holy shit! Look at the stream of people coming in. Holy shit! Look at all the waste of that. How many millions of dollars did it cost the American taxpayers for the barbed wire alone, or the razor wire? Sorry, razor wire.
They're just waiting for our government, for the National Guard to welcome in, state troopers to make sure they're okay, and for CBP, Border Patrol, to give them a free
Yeah,
Uber.
it's ending tomorrow, so that's why there's a mad rush to the border.
And then after that, a free Uber over to the NGOs that just received.
Look at that dust devil coming up.
Just received $200 million were put aside to hand out to the NGOs, our government. That's not counting all the private donations the same NGOs get. And that's why they're able to provide them a free bus charter.
For all the hot chicks, there might be a few of them in there. There's there's a bunch of Venezuelans. So there's a lot of hot Venezuelan women.
Going to every
tell you that.
guys, we've heard it all.
Go watch like the
Washington,
beauty
Oregon,
pageants there.
California, Texas, Colorado, Utah, Oklahoma, North Carolina.
There's a lot of
South Carolina,
plastic
New Jersey,
surgery
New
though
York.
in those
They're
countries
going
too.
to different cities,
It's a lot
different
cheaper
states.
to get those surgeries done there than it is here.
The
Same in
lady that we
Mexico,
interviewed
you know.
yesterday,
I mean, I know a lot of
she
people
was
that
going
go
to
and get,
Dallas,
they'll get tits done in Mexico instead of go getting their tits done here because they can't afford it here realistically. So
That one right there is
same with medications too, as you know. Medications are through the roof, and people sometimes will dip down into Mexico. People that are like San Diego residents and buy their month supply, year supply of whatever they need, which isn't like drugs that are getting them high, just things they need to live, blood pressure, medication, whatever. And it's just at a tenth of the price, like it should be. So, yeah. That's a pretty big thing too. Damn, look at the little kid.
Coming to your town.
How's it going, Leon Princess? Thank you.
I couldn't imagine being a kid making this trek,
they
dude.
are awarded plane tickets, hotel rooms. The U.S. government has. When we were in
just turn it down.
all the way to Phoenix,
Yeah, dental insurance is much cheaper as well. Yep, absolutely.
where they had them blocked off, and the buses were dropping them off, and they were staying there for weeks.
Your roomie gets his teeth done in Mexico. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, it's super common. I mean, for you to take a drive even from LA, what is it? 3 hours max, and you're there. You're in town in 3 hours, through the border, through all the traffic. And that's from LA. You're in San Diego. Shit, you'll be there in 20 minutes. 20 minutes, you're in Mexico, in downtown Tijuana or Rosarito. I guess Rosarito's a little further. You're in Tijuana right away. Just sad to see how much infrastructure goes up for them to just let them in. It's like, just let them in then. Why waste millions of our taxpayer dollars on the razor wire? Why? Just let them in. Just open the door. Just let them in. If that's what it's about. Just let them in. I mean, we know it's happening. We're not idiots. I guess, some of the people that vote for these people are, but not to be political about it, but we obviously know it's happening. And, like I said, you've seen a lot of both sides being in power over the decades, and you never saw it like this. You never saw this happening ever. Both sides I'm talking about here, under anybody's watch, so to speak. And not to be political about it, but like I said, it's disturbing in a sense, because we already have a a lot of homeless, as we remember, we just heard guys screaming about 80,000 homeless. That's just here in California. And if you think that all these people are coming to, you know, families, again, some of these people do have, like I said, they'll have sponsors, they'll have families, you know, or a place to stay. They say, just get here and, you know, you can move in with us. You can have this room. And, you know, and then they work their way up, get themselves a little car, get a job, get a little car, and then get themselves an apartment. And that's kind of how it slowly works. Now, some of these people don't even have that. They just want a better life because Venezuela sucks so bad, or Mexico, or wherever they're coming from. They're not coming from Mexico, by the way. None of these people in this line are Mexican, just so you can get this clear. Because it clearly states Mexico is one of the banned countries. So if you're Mexican, you need to sneak in, essentially. So there's only certain countries that are on the list. If you're from that country on that list, you can get in the line. And that's really no joke how it works. So don't think that these are Mexican people. There's not one Mexican person in that line trying to get in, because they won't. They'll just go around. They'll go another way. You know what I mean? They'll go the normal way, like through what the coyotes do and however they get them across. So that's really how it works, and it's wild. And it's just like he said, you know, they'll bring them in and they'll process them and give them a court date for 4 years to make sure they show up. Who's showing up for the court date? Nobody. You know, and most of these people just want a better life, and they want, you know, something better for their family. And even if they made $50 in a day, it's more than they make in almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe a month. Like, you know what I mean? Depending where they're from. So, and a lot of them are doing jobs that most Americans wouldn't do. Let's be honest. Okay. You know, working in agriculture or just, you know, construction, the menial jobs that, you know, aren't very skilled or whatever. So there is that too. And like I said, they do contribute when they buy shit, which they have to. They have to buy goods. They got to buy food and toilet paper and shit like that. So they're contributing with sales tax and contributing into the economy. Jesus, economy. That was an idiocracy. You know, they're contributing in that sense, but there is the other double side to it, that they actually take the majority of their money and send it back to their family in their country, usually. That's how it works here a lot of the times. And think about it, if they're sending $500 back a month, right? That's like 10 months. That might be, you know, 6 to 10 months worth of salary in that country. So now all of a sudden they're getting that every month coming in, stacking, so their family's starting to live a little better. You know, rent's paid, they can get themselves a house maybe, and, you know, food's stacked up. So it's kind of how it works, you know. You got to look at it from every angle. And of course, there are also the piece of shits that are mixed in. We can't think these are all hardworking, great people that just want a better life, because that's not true either. There's guarantee you some gang members, some other bullshit, you know, that are criminals from other countries that are now making their way here, and they'll vulture on our society, and who knows if they'll be deported after being caught doing whatever they're doing, because there's that too. So, like I said, look at it from every angle. You'd be a fool to not think it's not that. It's a little bit of everything. It's a melting pot. You'd be remiss. Go Suns! Are the Suns gonna scorch the Nuggets tonight? I don't know. It's been a pretty good series. Getting a little chippy. Oh, I forgot the Dodgers are fucking playing one of the Brewers. So, yeah, that's how it works. Hi, Terry. You missed a decent little show. It was decent today. Got a little crazy at the end there with Mr. Harlan. You know, but I'm sure you've seen better. So you didn't miss the best one, of course. It's good to see you. Hold on, let's put that up for a second. Have it up, Draco. Forgot. In Milwaukee. Milwaukee. It's Algonquin for the good land. This guy knows how to party.
Remember, Mayorkas said today that Title 42 ends tomorrow.
4-1 Dodgers. Kershaw on the bump. Got Weimer coming up. Yeah, it keeps changing, right? Pixel face, it's weird. So that makes me believe that the reports, again, they were supposed to have their like whole report of where they want to move and this, that, and the other to get at the whole the move approved by MLB. And they had to have that by, a certain date to the state of Nevada. So I don't know. But again, the A's organization we know isn't the most organized, And guys, we're watching First Responders Media Taco Joe live from the Juarez border here. Just watching the migrant push into our country and showing you how they're slowly letting them in here and there. They'll open the gates and usually they wait for those buses to pull up because they need to bus them to the little center where they process them and give them their plane ticket. Because like I said, the ones that already have a plan, they say, okay, well, I have family in Maryland. Okay, so they'll take them, they'll process them, give them a plane ticket to Maryland, take them to the airport, give them a little cash, and that's your cash going to them. And, I'm not opposed to giving people a little boost to have a better life, especially when it's my tax dollars, but I am opposed to doing that when there's so many Americans in need, first. Now, if there was no Americans in need, I'd have no problems with it. Just out of good faith, help a better person, help another person better their lives. I have no problems with that. But when there's a lot of Americans struggling, I have a problem with it. Take care of Americans first. And I know, man, make me a bigot, whatever. I don't care. I'm a bigot. I'm a bigot and love it. Yeah, vets too. Absolutely. They're Americans.
Yes, Josh. Yes, Oreo.
Very important Americans. Oh, James Outman. What happened there, Billy? Oh, shit, yeah. That was a rookie play. Welcome to the major leagues, James. That was terrible. Yeah, that was bad. Luke Boyd. Let's see. I mean, he's going from the sunlight into shade. That's the difficult part. And I think that's what fooled him. And he was, he should have had that ball. He should have had the ball, but dang. I'm not big on bigotry. I'm just, it is what it is. People don't like my opinion. They call me a bigot. So if that's what it is, okay. If that's what you think I am, all right, fine. Nip it in the bud right there. And what? And what? What now? Give him the rookie Cody vibes. Yeah. Cody's starting to play a little better with the Cubbies. Outman is a good player. I think he'll probably win rookie. If he stays on the pace that he's on now, he's going to win rookie of the year. Again, he's not. He obviously doesn't have the greatest glove. But he's young. He's young. And again, that's a tough play because, again, you're going from, in full sun to now into full shade. And trying to track the ball through the sun into the shade is a difficult deal. Not to mention, there might be wind a little bit there in Milwaukee. If the wind's swirling a little bit, the ball's going to be twisting a little bit, and now you're going from sun to shade. I mean, from sun to shade. And it's a difficult catch. And you're rolling to your backside, so yeah. It was a tough ball to catch, but I'm pretty sure any major leaguer center fielder. Oh, that hurt. Joey Weimer took it off his foot. Ow. That crippled him.
All here asylum, claiming that they're seeking asylum.
Oh.
98% of them do
when you foul the ball off your own foot, right off your instep. Ouch. That'll be black and blue.
That does not qualify you for asylum.
There's another Rookie of the Year candidate, Weimer. But I don't know. He slowed down a little bit.
They wait for Border Patrol to come by.
Yeah, he's barely hitting his weight. 213, 3 home runs, 11 RBI. But he is a rookie this year, Weimer.
At the processing centers, there's so many people doing this that they're full, which forces the processing centers to
Katie
into the United States.
Kershaw with the K.
To appear court paperwork.
End of 5. Dodgers up 4-1 in Milwaukee.
Court dates are 4 years away. Now, while they wait for the court dates,
for a minefield.
They qualify for all this government social
Damon, Dodgers have the best farm team. They do have a great farm system. They absolutely do. That's why everybody tries to pilfer it. But I don't know if it's the best, but it's definitely up there. It's top 3 for sure. Cubs have a really good farm system that people like to pilfer. The bad teams like the Reds, same with them. They have a lot of prospects they end up trading away because they're bad every year, so they get high picks. I mean, let's be honest, the Reds really haven't been good in a long time. It's been a while.
So they would never show up to the court. After they refuse to show up to the court, they remain in the United States illegally.
I'll house the illegals and pay for the stay. Sure, I'll do that if you pay for it.
Because while they wait for the court date, they're not.
Yeah, they say Tanya will probably go to the Padres or the Dodgers or.
But they get rewarded.
What was the other team? It wasn't the Giants. Somebody else. Mariners, maybe?
They get rewarded.
Might have been Seattle. Like those were the top 3 teams in contention.
Now you are allowed to remain in the United States.
Feel bad. So now, the fucking Trout's still floundering there. No pun intended. Poor guy's just dying away, dude. He's not in that, on that team, and never gonna. If he stays with the Angels, and he has a long contract still, I think another 3 years or so, he's never gonna win a World Series. The Yankees? No, I don't think the Yankees were there, but maybe. I mean, obviously, it's not that they don't have the money or anything. I mean, it's just because I think he wanted to stay on the West Coast. That was the whole point. Every team I mentioned, Dodgers, Padres, Mariners, all West Coast. Probably likes it here. He likes the weather. Obviously Seattle's a bit different, being in the Pacific Northwest, but it's a, beautiful place, Seattle. It's got its charm. Plus, it's quicker flight to Japan. Right? A direct flight right over Pacific. Pass over Hawaii and I don't know, what is it, like a 9-hour flight, something like that? It's probably 9-10 hour flight to Tokyo, I'd guess. Never taken the flight, but I'd figure it's something like that.
I'm not saying
no good chases in Japan. Yeah, well, there's not a lot of evildoers. Not to say that there's no crime, because there is, but I think most people are not about crime, which is nice. I mean, Hawaii's 6 hours from LA flights. I could only assume it's another 4 hours from passing the islands, getting on over to Japan. Maybe a little longer. I don't know, 5 hours more.
Sorry, another person about the notifications. Apologize.
Mario Kart. Yeah, they got Mario Kart. We don't got that. That's better than any chases. I'm going to let you know that right now. Huge red light district in Japan, too. That's what I'm talking about. Vending machines that sell used panties. I mean, so much greatness, Wagyu beef.
And these people just show up and within
an
hour or two.
So much greatness. Sticky rice, my favorite. You can eat it so easily with chopsticks. Nothing like a bowl of hot sticky rice, man.
And that's why
nothing like it. Hawaii is back to 3 hours? What are you talking about, time? Yeah.
To all these things because they have family members, friends.
Sushi, yeah. All the fresh sushi you can handle. Oh, that's gone. Oh, it's a no-doubter for Vargas. Ring him up.
Get down to the border.
There's a ding-dong. Oh, that's a nice homer. He crushed it.
Oh my God! Deep to right field, way up there and way out of here.
Oh God, that was a no-doubter double deck, second deck shot for Vargas. Let's see. Oh, homer with the glove just missed it. 4th home run this season, all in the last 12 games. He's heating up.
He's heating up like a trending topic.
Yeah, he was off to a slow start, Vargas. I sold a lot of his cards off the jump, the ones that I hit early, You know, he's had some Bowman for a while, but his tops rookies are this year.
So right now, guys, this was gate 40. We're going to go over to gate 42, where another big group of people
Inner, thank you so much for the bits.
are gathered.
No, Bob will be live on Friday. Friday morning at 10:15 for the next city council meeting, and then obviously Friday night for our normal Friday night show. Little nice Nissan. All right, let's smoke this last bowl, then I'll let you guys go. I got a bunch of stuff to do, and I'm sure you do too. Smoke. Oh, another base hit for Altman now. There you go. So he's gonna win Rookie of the Year. Wade Miley's not fooling anybody right now. He's throwing beach balls. What is that, a rock band, dude? In the middle of nowhere? Dudes look like a rock band. Sun beating on them. They're walking through that Sonoran desert, man. Garth, have a great day. God bless to you. Shout out to you and the rest of Scotland. Just remember almost getting caught smoking weed in Scotland, in Glasgow. Ah, shit, yeah. All I can think of is they saw me on the CCTV. That's all I can think of, because I wasn't around nobody.
Yeah, and I know the reports going on Twitter.
And I was right by the water.
National Guard in Brownsville is dressed up in riot gear. I have seen videos where they're actually stopping people from crossing. Now, from everything we're understanding, it's crossing at this time because the line is like 3/4 of a mile long and they are way over capacity. So they're just trying to slow it down. They're not going to prevent them from coming into the United States. But
So Brownsville, Texas, I take it?
The process of them entering.
Yeah, by the time we're done, this vehicle needs some new tires and new shocks.
Right.
The wear and tear I put into the vehicle, we put into our own personal vehicle when we travel.
Swear some of those things look like duty on the ground. Piles of duty.
And everything. Go through brakes real fast.
Duty.
Stop and go.
Do. What's up, Johnny?
Welcome watch today.
Have a great one.
Give a big shout out to our mods for making sure the chat rooms are nice and clean, free of trolls. And a big thank you to my beautiful wife who allows me to continue my family to bring you guys the truth.
Yankees are on top 11 too. Did Judge hit a bomb? Hopefully.
I was reading some of the hate mail to Joe today.
Oh, we got hate mail.
That
Poor Joe.
received just
Come on, don't break it up now.
one of the messages says your wife is so ugly. I hope she gets ran over by an illegal immigrant.
That's mean, dude.
That's how mad people are that we're showing the truth. We're not stopping these people from coming in.
Be mad at Joe. Why do you need to be mad at his wife that's doing nothing?
We're just reporting on it.
Disgusting.
And that is triggering the folks.
It is the triggered. Same motherfuckers that won't take these people into their house. They want them in the country, but they won't take them in. They won't allow them to pitch a tent in their backyard. But why not? You know, remember when they took them to Martha's Vineyard? Dropped them off at certain people's houses, and I want to tell you, it wasn't 24 fucking hours before those people were swept off the street and removed. Wasn't a fucking one of them left. But remember, it's all about inclusivity. Yeah.
I got a picture where somebody's head.
And remember, you're good unless you're a, what did like the chick said earlier at the council meeting, you're a straight white male. I'm a cis male. Is that what I am now? Is that the word cis?
Yep.
The devil.
All we do is report.
Guys, devil. Just so you understand, any of you that end up going to hell, you're going to see a guy that looks just like me with a pitchfork. And Altman scores 7-1 now, Dodgers. Holy shit, they're running it up on Milwaukee. And Peralta with a single. The RBI single that scores Altman. Cost gender? Is that what I am now? A cost gender? Cisgender? Is that what I am? Cisgender? Cisgender. Fuck yeah. I'm gonna make me a shirt. I'm a cisgender. I'm wondering if that'll trigger him. I just want something that'll trigger him. I think that would be a good one. Shout out to all my sisses. Something good. To all my sis bros and sisters. So wait, would that be my sis sister? The sis? So if she's my sister and she's cis, she'd be my sis, right? Just trying to figure out the terminology. So we're all right here, you know. God, what complete fucking morons. Could you imagine being that mentally ill? I want to let you know right now, if you are out there in this world calling people cis, you are a mentally ill moron. Don't think you aren't. Get help. It's okay. I'm not saying there's any stigmatism against it or towards it. Just saying get help. You need it. Someone told you were, just an awesome, great. You were. What was it? Amazing Alex or amazing Andrew. You're not amazing. You're mentally ill. Get that help. That's really what it's about. The best part is the people that talk that shit are always talking about people being racist. Aren't you being racist to them while telling me you don't like racism? Straight white male. You could feel the pain and the tears rolling off her cheek. She was fantastic. Oh, let's see. Breaking news. Hold on. Breaking news. 12-year-old killed, 14-year-old injured in drive-by shooting in Long Beach. Oh, nobody cares because it's not a mass shooting. You can just put that one to bed. That's gang related. It's not a white cop or a cop of any color killing the kids. It doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen. None of it matters. Just want to let you know that. Don't feel bad. It doesn't matter. It only matters if it's a white person or a cop. Especially a white cop. God damn, you see the line? Holy shit, that ain't In and Out neither. Man, you see that line? Holy shit. This is another one. You notice he just drove from one line to another line. I hope you caught that. He didn't drive in just a big circle. Yeah, nobody cares, Dom. That's why I'm making fun of it. Sad as fuck. Kid dies, they don't care. They die when he dies, and they care when he's killed in a classroom. They don't give a shit when he dies on the street, which is almost every day. By the way, there's 10x killed on the street than there are in classrooms. 10 motherfucking X. Nobody cares. You're taught to care. You're taught to care through your favorite news station. Stirs it up for you, plays you the loop over and over of the crisis actor at the situation. Yeah. That's when you're supposed to care. Dodgers got the bases loaded now. Jesus. Top 6, 7-1 Dodgers. And Mookie's up. Mookie's about to hit a granny. What was that fruit cart, though? I'd rather have a corn, but I don't know, man. You see the dust? You'd be eating your corn or your fruit, and it'd be laced with sand all over it. Get that cantaloupe up, and a sheet of sand just kicks up. I'd rather have a corn, but, dude, I'm telling you, your corn will be quite sandy by the time you finish that ear. Maybe if you're Joe and you could go inside the car and get away from the dust, but you can see it. Look at the truck, just kicked it all up. It's pretty windy over there. I mean, you can see the shrubs down here moving.
Oh, that's a towel. He teleported guys from over there to here. That's why you guys couldn't see him.
And I guess the razor wire gives... I mean, look, it serves no purpose. What was the point of the razor wire if you're just letting them in? Wasted millions of dollars on the razor wire. And all it's done is created a place for the birds to congregate. It's just wild, you know? Dodgers and Angels on the bomb. Well, the Dodgers are anyways. If only the Dodgers could just get Trout or Ohtani. Or both. Win it again. Oh, man. 8-1 Dodgers now. Sheesh. Oh, my God. Freddie Freeman up. 2 on for Freddie. 1 out. Top 6. Dodgers are just scoring at will right now. Well, they're going to let them in right now. That's what they're doing here. This is the Border Patrol and the DPS on the other side of that wall right there. They're lining them up to let them in. So they'll let them in. It's just a matter of time. Trust me, these people aren't just sitting here casually for nothing to get a suntan. Okay? They're not over here to hang out. I assure you, they're there for a reason. And they'll be letting them in shortly. That's even what Joe just told you. It's been happening for, I don't know, 2 years now? Every day like this for 2 years? Every fucking day. And you wonder why the homeless issue would never get solved. Well, you're injecting homeless back into the problem, so how would you solve it? When you keep throwing people at it. But I guess I say to you, they don't want to solve it, like I've always said. Why? Because it creates that budget. Way to steal money. Way to grift. And that's just that, man. That's just that. So what better way to make sure the grift continues by literally bringing in more people that are unhoused or homeless? Hi, Harold Banks. So Biden is not going to put that bill up to keep them out? Put that bill up? Yeah, no, apparently the Title 42 ends tomorrow or tonight. That's why there's a mad rush. But you know how it works. There'll be more people like this tomorrow showing up. They'll cry. The news will be there. And how could you not let them? They've been walking for a fucking 2 weeks. And you know how it goes. Then they'll just sneak in. They'll get there. And then what are you going to do? Just like you're doing over there in El Paso. Hand the flyer out. Say, hey, if you want help, you got to come here. And then they got here, so fuck it. They're here now.
Those carts are awesome.
And that's the attitude. That's the attitude. And you say to yourself, if these people are coming in so easily, what about people that are actually bringing in, fentanyl and things like that? Must be quite easy. Wonder why overdoses are at a record high. They're just rolling them drugs in because, the Chinese makers of that shit bring it into Mexico. The cartels take that precursor, make it themselves, and bring it on in too. Okay? So they're working together. Don't think they aren't. That's how it works. Yeah, Title 42 equals Gate 42, exactly. And Gate 43 and 47. We just seen 2 gates, and that's Gate 42, like you said, funny enough as it is. Right? So.
The camera is faced on the United States of Venezuela. And that's what America is turning into. The greatest and the freest country in the
To get
world.
unemployment to 0, how would that make any sense, Dio? You bring a bunch of people that have no jobs in, and that's going to help unemployment go down. That'd be the adverse effect, I would think.
Tomorrow night at 11:59.
What's up, Texas? How are you? Drugs with my elote? No, just elote, please. Just a good ear of corn. The little Parmesan cheese that they put on it, the butter. That's really it. I don't really need anything else. I don't like that powder, like the chili powder. I don't really like that.
And listen to this.
So, yeah, I'm good with just that. What's up, Ben? Send them to New York. They're sending them everywhere, Justin. You know what you don't realize, maybe, again, he did this a month ago, and he would go up to the people, and as they were walking in, getting let in by Border Patrol, literally ushered in, onto buses, Ubered out. Okay? No joke. Okay? And they would say, well, where are you going? He'd say to them, especially, like, where are you going? Well, I'm going to Oregon, or I'm going to Texas, or I'm going to Alabama. And most of them knew exactly where they were going. They didn't say, well, I don't know. I just wanted to get here first. I haven't really thought about that. I just wanted to get into the country. None of them say that. Not fucking one of them. They all have, almost all of them have a plan. Okay? That's just it. They'll sleep on a couch of a homie in whatever state. And the border states get it the worst. Arizona, Texas, California. Those are your border states. So you're going to have an influx that's a little larger there. You know what I mean? And then, of course, they'll filter off into other states. Illinois, of course, was a big state that a lot of them were going to, and New York. It was also, it depended, where they were from. Like a lot of the Dominicans, they wanted to go to New York. Why? Because there's a lot of Dominicans there. So they already have family members there. You know what I mean? It makes sense, You don't know anybody. You're trying to just find anybody to kind of like sleep on a couch for a week at least or two. And, remember, they're giving you $800 and the plane ticket. So $800 isn't going to last you too long. So if you last, hopefully a month somewhere and find a job, I don't know, and maybe get a cheap apartment somewhere, with a roommate. Who knows? This country is hosed. I mean, it really is kind of, in a sense, like this has to stop. I don't care who's in power. It's just that can't happen. You need a secure border around the country, And I get, like I always say, people coming in to better their lives and do jobs that we're not going to do, a lot of us. I understand that too. But at some point, there's going to be more people and less jobs, even those jobs. You know what I mean? So then what? Then you have more homeless folks. They're less skilled. They don't have a skill. So they're not going to get a job. And then what? You know what I mean? You're bound for problems at that point. Problems are gonna happen shortly.
We're gonna be switching back and forth. We're gonna go back to gate 40 right now.
All right, so
the Border Patrol van that was over here has left, so that might mean that it was already full.
There's the Rio Grande.
Safety first.
It was dope to see that last time, guys, we were here, there was a dude, and I'd be willing to bet, says he was a Mexican dude who needed cash. So he was giving people rides on his back through the river. He'd take them to the other side, they'd give him a couple bucks. And think about it, these people, if they've been staying in Mexico, they don't need the pesos anymore. Now they need dollars. Right? So they're going to get rid of their cash probably, like anybody does. You get your euro, your pound or whatever when you're leaving the country. You're not going to need it. So this dude thought it was so smart. He's like, dude, what can I do to make a few bucks? So he was carrying people across the river so they wouldn't get wet. It was smart for them so they wouldn't be in wet clothing. Right? Who wants to be in wet clothing at night? It's not fun. You can't just plop it in the dryer. So it's smart for them. And I remember, dude, one after the next, he would just walk through the water, dude. He's getting great exercise. He's getting paid. They're staying dry. They're getting rid of the money they can't use. Worked for everybody. And that's what I'm saying. Smart. Dude saw the angle. You know what I mean? And then probably just walked home with a fucking pocket filled with pesos and ate well for the month or two. And fucking, he's probably tired as fuck, I'm assuming. But, a lot of Mexicans are hard workers, man. They don't shy away from the hard work. That's one thing they don't. That's why you don't find a lot of them that are homeless. They're willing to work or do anything to stay alive. And they prosper that way. Because they work on Sundays, they work the extra hours. Like I said, they're willing to do a lot of things that some won't do. And I just find it weird the way they scheduled this whole thing where it's this country and not that country. And I get it, why not, I guess, Mexican folks, because it's a border country. But I mean, we let Canadian folks in. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just fucking stupid. Just stupid. Anytime I start to think about it, my brain starts hurting. Because you just have idiots writing these, these laws and these provisions. It's terrible. Dodger poncho night. That's what I'm talking about. I want a Dodger poncho.
Maybe a mile and a half.
When is that?
2 miles, maybe?
Mexican Heritage Night, May 16th.
There might be more. But
When is that? 6 days. 6 days from now.
Because you're telling me this is 42 miles from gate 1? No way.
Scab labor? Well, I mean, again, is it scab labor if nobody's doing the job? It's scab labor if you're the truck driver who's on strike and I'm coming to drive my truck. Then I'm the scab driver. But if you won't even you're not even willing to show up and do nothing, and nor is anybody else.
No, that's a sombrero.
Well, that's a cowboy hat, Joe.
You know what I mean? Am I a scab at that point? I don't think so. I'm just a dude working, getting a job because you didn't want to do it.
It seems to me that it would be from
That's the way I look at it. Look, they're still constructing parts of the wall. That's crazy. Look at that. Or they're adding maybe wire to the top. You know? You got the crane going, all that shit. What are these contractors making? Good money. Good money. Because they're saying, well, our lives on the line. We can get killed by the cartel. You know what I mean? It's dangerous. It's not like just building down the street from my house. There's risk involved. You know what I mean? You're fucking up their operation. Who knows if they have a guy just dumping down range at you while you're working the crane or the backhoe. So, I mean, they're probably getting crazy money because I'm sure it's a government contract. Anything is 5x what it should be. Let's be honest. And that's being kind. Right? The $72 hammer that you can buy for $8.
Guys, make sure your notification bells
That kind of shit.
are on. Sometimes YouTube and Facebook like to play those silly games that they take.
Yes, he does use OxyClean.
So make sure you get the little bell.
I make him wash all his clothes,
Live.
so he becomes a big boy. He's been asleep the whole time, like a little baby. I can't believe he woke me up this morning at 4:30 trying to eat. I was like, bro, you you are fucking crazy right now. Go the F to bed.
Almost 1,000 people watching as well.
And that was that.
Make sure you guys are hitting that. The most important part to do, guys, make sure you hit that like with the algorithms to get this share, guys. The more you share,
He was hangry. Yeah, he was.
part of get this
I can't feed him
information out.
anymore. He's on a diet. He needs to stay on the
Somebody else
diet.
might
He's
see
looking
it,
good.
they might share it out.
And I'm hoping his stomach will shrink a little bit to where, you know how it is, like when you start eating less, it takes less to fill you up kind of thing. So I'm hoping the same thing works with him. Because, he's doing good, though. He lost like 7-8 ounces.
Back here, guys, at the other
So it's better than gaining 7 or 8 ounces. You know what I mean? That's
Americans are going to be fleeing to Mexico.
a half pound.
Right.
It's not bad. It's going in the right direction. He's, knock on wood, doing better, not PPing anywhere other than in the box. He's acting his normal self. Needs a cat treadmill. They have those cat wheels, but they're so expensive, Val. And again, even if you had like a treadmill for yourself, right? Again, it's getting him on there. It's not a dog, Cats are real weird about those things. They get freaked out. That's it. They won't. That's it. You put them on there, you're jumping right off, and you've wasted your time and money. It's just weird how some cats really get into it. So that's just how it is. You need to find that cat. And I think more of the outdoor active cats that are running around all the time for their lives and to chase to eat bugs and shit, those are the ones that are probably more apt to use the wheel. He's more of a sleeping home, chill house cat. He's Heathcliff. That fool's Heathcliff without eating the lasagna. Or that was Garfield. Wait. Sorry, that was Garfield.
It's been a photo op, guys.
But he's kind of like Heathcliff because Heathcliff was that he would punk the dogs, right? He was that cat that was mean that would punk the dogs. And he'd do that too. So maybe he's kind of Heathcliff
They did enforce for about
/ Garfield. A little bit of both.
And they got that call from DC.
What's up, Leo? Good afternoon. Building something that the government won't use, that is what is crazy. They do that all the time. They waste your money all the time doing shit. You know, so much shit. And what's even crazier is what they're not telling you is when they tell you, oh, well, we spent, $12 million to build this bridge and we didn't end up building it. What they're not telling you is the $4 million that went into the planning, into the architect, and all the studies that was wasted too. It's just so much waste. It's crazy, and that's why your taxes are always going up. That way they have more money to squander. Okay. And I get it. I'd be all right with paying taxes, high if veterans were getting housed and fed, and same with the homeless, and we didn't have any issues. The city was clean and nice, and crime was at a low. I'd be all for it. But no, it's not that. Holy shit. So here you go. Here's the next one. See, as you see, guys, it's more than one gate. It's more than one line. Okay? What would you say? You guys seen the lines. What would you guys say? Guesstimation, put it in the chat room. Don't be a dickhead, dude. 72,000. What would you guess? I would say conservatively about $2,000. About 2,000. Somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 in that number. In that range. I'd say we're in these lines. You think 200? Oh, you're crazy. You're way off, right? Yeah, Jose's a dick. Silver, you think it's only 600, huh? 16 shells. 2,000 for sure. 25, 1750. We're all kind of around that same number. Oh, for sure, Gravillan. I mean, if they let you into a better life, so to speak, and then put you under their thumb of payments, welfare, yeah.
Dumpster diving, yep.
You'd love it. Because I guarantee you, whatever they're making in whatever country they're from, in Venezuela, it's 10x on welfare. Is meager as the living is on welfare, Section 8, it's a way better living than they were having there. And just a little freer. I mean, we're really close to a comedy state here. There's the Border Patrol rolling up. Their nice truck. I don't know. That one looks like a contractor truck, but whatever. That's crazy, Lobster. Yeah, he doesn't hunt much except for his food that sits in a bowl for him. That he cries for. Little baby. I love him, though. I love him. Pretty much, Robert. I mean, it's not full, but it's damn close. Pretty damn close. I mean, realistically it is, though. I guess I'm fooling myself. You really realize that in the last 3 years. I don't know the temp. You'd have to look up what Juarez's temperature is. If I had to guess, it's probably in the mid 80s. I mean, it's only spring now. I guarantee you, these people, in another month or two, when summer hits, oh boy, you don't want to be out there. People are crossing only at night because it's so hot. Not even to be undercover, because it's so fucking hot. The Sonoran Desert's deadly, dude. It's only 75 South Claws. Sonoran Desert, a lot of people die going through there, dude. It's no joke.
The winner for this month, giveaway?
Oh, Altman with another hit. There's a double for Altman. He's going to win Rookie of the Year. 2 hits today, even though he's making up for the air on that catch. All right, let me leave you, again, first responders link.
So here we are, guys, at Gate 40. Gate 40.
Gate 40. Gate 40. All right, guys. So again, shout out to First Responders Media. Shout out to Taco Joe and First Responders. Right there is the link to go watch his page, so that way you guys have something else to watch. Since I'll be hopping off. Oh, he was on InfoWars. Nice. That was dope. They got him up on InfoWars. Nice. Congrats. That's how you do it. Showing the truth. So there you go. I'm going to hop out of here. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys Friday morning, unless there's a chase. I will see you then. Thank you for all the likes, the love, the retweets. No retweets because we're not on Twitter. The likes, the love, the donos, and the camaraderie. And just, the all-out fun, man. You guys enjoy your day. Maybe I'll see you for a chase. Maybe I won't. Go enjoy Taco Joe's First Responders Media's page. And I guess that's it. So on behalf of Stanks and myself, I'm out of here. Peace out, y'all.
Well, y'all come back now, you hear?
See you guys. I'm a gang.
Bye, y'all.